Hi, I'm sorry. Could I sit with you? Yeah, it's really busy around this time of the day and I can't find a free table. Thank you. Oh, good gosh, talking to people and stuff is kind of hard for me, so I'm sorry if I come off as a bit weird. Oh, did you come here to read? If that's the case, then just go right ahead. I don't want to annoy you or anything. No, I just came here to write a bit. So don't feel obligated to, talk to me. Unless you're just in the mood for a little chat. So are you taking a break from work right now? I get that. Sometimes it is really nice to just be able to shut off for a bit, enjoy a cozy drink, and get lost in a thought. Do you come here often? I've just never seen you around here, and I consider myself a bit of a regular. Your second time? Well, that would make sense. In my opinion, this place is the best in the area. Once you find it, you're just going to come back. That was the case for me, at least. The drinks, fantastic. The staff, always nice and welcoming. Have you tried any of the cakes yet? They'll blow your mind, I promise. Or I guess maybe don't try them. You might get addicted. Although, that would mean you'd come around here more often, so you should definitely try the cakes. Yeah, they really are that good. The dude who makes them is a good friend of mine, and he bakes them fresh every day. Sometimes he and I'll hang out after hours, and we'll just sit around here and eat some of the leftovers. That is one of the reasons I love this particular shop. Once you get to know the people behind the counter, you're basically family here. I also love to people watch whenever I'm here and not buried in my writing. It's pretty fascinating to watch everyone rush by as though there is no tomorrow. Usually I come in either before or after the busy hours, but today I just couldn't avoid it. Normally, I love the place because of how calm and quiet it is. But today, I have plans later on, and I figured either I have to come here a bit earlier than usual, or not at all. Yeah, even though I knew it was going to be packed, I thought I would give it a try anyways, and maybe get some writing done. I struggle with doing stuff at home, really. Getting inspired and motivated to work is really tricky when you could just as well be laying in bed and watching YouTube or streaming Netflix. Somehow, when I'm outside, the pressure to perform is just so much higher, and the distractions are maybe half as distracting. Honestly, have you ever seen somebody just watching YouTube out in the open? Kinda weird. Yeah, I don't know. Somehow it just works a lot better when I'm out. Maybe it's the background sounds or feeling like you have to do something while you're sipping on your coffee. Who knows? Yeah, it could just be all the people around. For me, it always helps to realize that I'm not completely alone and just shut off from the world. I just feel like a part of something when I'm here. Typing away at my computer or scribbling on a notepad. Either way, somehow, it just works for me. And that's the important part, after all, isn't it? And sometimes I get to meet some really interesting people when I'm outside. Like right now, for example. Or the other day, I saw someone in a bear costume walk by, and they waved at me. Technically, I didn't meet them, since we didn't, talk or anything, but that was a lot more exciting than just sitting at home all by myself. Somehow, it just made me smile. I'm also trying to build up some confidence and maybe get better about talking to people. Normally, I would have just turned on my heels, seeing how full the place is. Honestly, the thought of having to talk to somebody used to make me physically tremble, so I am proud of myself for being able to have this conversation with you right now. And I will say, thank you for allowing me to talk to you. You could just as well have put on headphones or pulled out your phone to ignore me, but you haven't. And to be honest, I'm very glad about that. You could have just scoffed at me when I asked you to sit down, or you could have told me to piss off, but you didn't. I mean, I'm working on the whole confidence thing. I still can't go up to people and tell them, "Oh, I really like your jacket," or "Hey, your boots are really cool. Love your hair color." I mean, I think about those things when I see people, and I know they would probably love to hear it, especially since a lot of folks are really insecure. But I still really struggle with it. Yeah, I should just try it sometimes. What is the worst that can happen? Murder, technically, but I'm sure that nobody would kill anyone over a compliment. Right? I don't really want to get spat at or scoffed at either. Or what if they just roll their eyes or they completely ignore me because I am annoying? I'm sorry, I'm spiraling, and that's not really fun. Like I said, I'm trying to work on it, but anxiety is, one son of a bitch to handle. It's actually really sad to see how many people suffer from social anxiety for basically no reason. Well, I guess it's not no reason. People are pretty scary, and way back when, everyone's survival sort of did depend on being able to fit in. For them, it really was life or death to be accepted by others, since humans kind of needed a group to flourish. But it's absolute bullshit that we still have to live with that now. And so irritating when you know it's not crucial and you know it's unlikely for anyone to get mad at you over nothing. You know what I mean, don't you? Yeah. Honestly, thanks for being nice about this. I'm honestly surprised I'm able to talk this much right now. I swear I am usually much quieter. Do you get that often? That you're easy to talk to? I mean, I do, for some reason. People seem to love to open up to me, and I don't really mind it. I just don't get why it happens. I do find it super interesting to talk to people, hearing their stories and seeing how they tick, how different they are from, what I'd expect from a stereotype. As a kid, I didn't really have friends, so I relied a lot on books and movies to learn about how people function, and it's just always the same few tropes over and over again. Most people don't really fit into tropes, and that was a weird lesson to learn. To be honest, you kind of seem like the bookish type as well, so maybe that's why I felt pretty comfortable coming up to you. You know, you looked approachable. That was almost a compliment. Could I try again? You know, to practice and build some confidence. You'll be my first victim, so to say. You obviously don't have to say yes. I don't want you to be uncomfortable because of me. It kind of is over the top how much I worry. Yeah, I know. It's really unreasonable and weird, but, I mean, normally a person could just walk away. You are kind of stuck here with a half-finished drink and a weirdo at your table. Right, back on track. So would you be okay with me practicing compliments on you? Ooh, awesome. Thank you. I like your shirt. The color really suits you. Was that good? I guess if it were me walking up to somebody at random, it would probably be more like, hey, nice shirt. Something like that. I don't know. But it does flatter you. You know, it really brings out your eyes. Makes them pop. And you have really pretty eyes. Every time somebody says that, it just gives me serial killer, I want to put your eyes in a jar vibes. But I don't know how else to phrase it. You know, it's like when a dentist says you have good teeth. It just always feels weird. Imagine someone coming up to you and being like, hey, I really like your teeth. But on the other hand, if I go up to a stranger and tell them they have a nice smile, is that weird? Maybe I should try that. I like your smile. Ooh, that worked. You're smiling. I could say, you're really pretty, or your outfit is awesome. I love that ring you're wearing, right? I guess it kind of depends on the situation. I don't really get it. Sometimes it's these really small things I notice about somebody. Like the way they do their eyeliner, or a tattoo that they have, or the way they did their hair, or a pretty little bump on their nose. Do you think it's weird to tell somebody they're pretty, or that I like their eyebrows? Because on the other hand, saying somebody is pretty or handsome is a lot stronger and kind of broad, you know? But who am I to decide that? Who am I to tell somebody they're pretty without having seen them on a bad day? I think the whole concept of pretty is just so shallow, honestly, because it's pretty to whom? Does it really matter if I find somebody good looking? Or am I saying that I deem them pretty to society? In the end, I guess I'm just kind of worried I'm going to freak people out when I come up and say, hey, nice eyebrows or cool shoes, you know? Because, like, does that raise the question of whether or not I was staring at them? Does that give me the right to evaluate their eyebrows as looking good or not? I am overcomplicating it again, aren't I? I mean, if somebody came up to me and said something like, hey, I like your hair, or you have nice hands, I think I'd probably just be flattered without any weird thoughts to it or anything. Oh, shit. I've gotta leave soon. I didn't realize how late it was. But thank you so much for chatting with me. I hope I wasn't too strange. It was a pleasure to get to talk to you. Oh, and if you ever see me sitting here on my own and you feel like talking to me, I wouldn't mind if you did. But only if you want to, of course. Have a great day. Oh, by the way, I really like your voice.